Hi, everybody. I'm popping in about 30 seconds early because I see Francie's here and she asked me a question last week and I want to do that really quick. Hello, Francie, and hello, Melissa. I'm just going to wait for my TV to catch up here. Sorry if I'm blinding you guys. So, hi, Walter. I see things on my computer over there, so you can hear me fine. Awesome. Thank you. I appreciate that. Okay, Francie, you wanted to know how I did this. Let me switch my camera over. Well, people are coming in. We'll talk about this quick. Sorry for the blinding light, but I can't do it. You wanted to know how I did this. Now, you'll have to wait for me to get you links because I don't have the links handy right now. These are just magnets from Amazon. And I saw this. Hello, Dana. I saw somebody in a Facebook group post about this. So I can get you links and I can post them. But if you look, these are they're like $7. There's two of them. They're just metallic plates I got off Amazon. Like I said, I can give you links later. I just don't have them handy right this second. And I taped them. I just ordered a third one for over in this corner. This is over the black, and I just put tape on them. Now, I took the feet off of my mat. Okay. Hi, Mom. Or hi, Tia. Sorry. So I do want to, and I kept the feet, but I found that now it's moving. So I grabbed just a little placemat thingy, shelf liner. And the reason I didn't want to say anything is because I had just got them in, Francie, and I wanted to test it out. Now you can see it still moves a little bit. So I'm excited for what I heard Christopher say maybe. Hi, Sandy. Hi, Heather. But I will get you the links. I just ordered a third one tonight to put over on this side because if you look, obviously there's no magnet over here. But it is magnetized. So I haven't got any of the big magnets yet, but I will get the links for you guys so you can get them if you were interested. All right. Now we're going to do a little teaching moment first. I hope you guys are okay with. I had a couple people ask, or somebody asked about some of the glazes. I'm not going to do all of these. I'm just pulling some of them out. They pretty much all work the same. I've got shimmer glaze, velveteen glaze, glitter glaze, chroma glaze. There's chroma opaque, which I thought I grabbed, but I didn't, and candy coat. They all kind of work the same. I'm just going to do a couple of them real fast on some backgrounds, let them dry, and I won't have them tonight, but I do have a couple done. So we're going to put those two away because we're going to play with those in a minute. So I'm going to quickly show you the basil, the shimmer glaze, and the candy coat, okay? Hello, Christy. Hello, Amy. You're welcome, you guys. It was not my idea. I saw somebody post about it I don't know if it was Stamp Junkies or Share Heyman Kindness, but somebody talked about it. And I thought, I'm going to try that. So I did find that I take a little bit of tape, put a little tape down to hold my cardstock. Oh, well, this isn't the one we want to do first, though. Hold my cardstock. This is some perfect blends. Yep, Amy, we'll get on that too. Yep, I have that on my list for tonight. Okay, we're gonna do all that real quick. I'm gonna grab tonight. I hope to, and I'll show this maybe with the triple dip, Amy. I'm gonna use this stamp set. I know this came out with the holiday archive release. It's called Fancy Frame. This is the stamp. The hot foil frame, the die, and the stencil had come out earlier. So I'm only gonna use I'm going to quickly go through this stencil and we're going to do some of that. So I hope you guys are okay. But if we go over a little bit tonight, I'm sure you'll be fine. You won't be upset with me, right? Hello, Melissa. Hi, Kate. Yeah, the triple dip. Like I said, I'll go through that. Okay, I'm just going to grab a couple of pink inks because, we're into Valentine's Day. We are going to make a card. I wanted to use a bunch of the stuff from the new release. However, I saw someone ask me about playing along tonight. I can't remember who, I'm sorry, with the occasional tags. So we are going to do a little bit more with that. So I just got some bee sting here. We're just going to quick ink blend with this. Like I said, I just wanted to show, but I don't want to, I can't do all 3 layers live with pastes, obviously, because they take time to dry. And at the last minute, this is the stencil I wanted to grab. I was trying to find stencils that were still in stock. I hope everyone's having a great week so far. Okay, so that's stencil number 1. Awesome. And then there are some etch detail lines, if you can just see that right there. And I have my stencil bin cleaner thing. I'm not exactly sure what that thing's called, off to my left here. Now I think you could have done I did not do these. I did these backwards because that etching matches up with this, but I'm okay with that. Because really this is a stencil that is an A2 size. So I just did the wrong brush. That's okay. That was Prom Queen. And this one is Bee Sting. So I hope, Francie, it was good to see your face today. I was hoping, I didn't know, I tried to get a comment in and ask if I'd see you later, but I think you left before it popped up. I had to do math today, you guys. I was helping reconcile some accounts at work, and not hard math. The computer did a lot of the math for me, but I had to pop away a few times. So I didn't see everything that was going on. All right, that one is just, we're doing a quick ink blend. And one of the reasons I chose this stencil is not just because it's available, is because, just because it was for the part of the holiday release, or the stamp was, doesn't mean we had to use it for Christmas. Now, this is where we're going to use some ink, and we're going to do Candy Coat with this one. Okay? I know, not the maths. I actually, Heather, really like math. I was very good at it. I took all my maths before I was a senior in high school. Actually, I took it for a semester in high school, but I took pre-calculus as a semester in high school, but I haven't taken math since. I liked it because I had a really good math teacher in junior high. What he did was he gave us, in 7th grade, we had the opportunity to pass if we took the test and passed, we didn't have to do the unit. So I did, and 8 of my friends, classmates, we all did 7th and 8th grade math in 1 year. So we were a year ahead. So we got to take everything early from everybody. So this was Candy Coat. I'm just going to it just rubs on like any glaze. Oh, Sandy, that's awesome. It's a very good one. The one thing, Heather, which one is this one again? This one is the pink Candy Coat. I did not link this because I kind of pulled these out at the last minute because I saw someone ask me if I could explain some of the other glazes. Now, here's where I want to show you. I did not use Pixie Spray. I got a little crazy. So if you look right here, see the difference? That's my fault because I did not. I'm a big, strong proponent of Pixie Spray. When I use glazes, I forgot on this one. And Candy Coat does have some plastic pieces, and that might be what it is because it was too big. I'm going to take that little plastic piece off, see if that helps. I'm not going to worry about it too much because it is card, and I can always, it's a creative reason, but just kind of clean it up with my pokey tool a little bit, and then I can just cover that somehow with something. But that is the Candy Coat. So the Candy Coat has little chunks in it. You can kind of see one right here. So it's not good for really intricate stencils. You want more space, in my opinion. But it's beautiful. So, okay. Yeah, I'm a rebel. I am. All right, we're gonna put that one aside. So that was Candy Coat, which I thought we'd do that one real quick. And then Shimmer Glaze, super simple. I'm not gonna use, I'm going for, like I said, Rebel. This is called Master Builder. If you can tell, it has blocks and then so you can make little building blocks. This one's called Master Billow. There is one called Building Blocks, but this one is Master. Um, Dana, it can make your paper sticky. Yes, Walter, that's a good tip. I can fill it in with a white gel pen. When I die cut it out, I'll see what I need to do. You are right. I forgot about that. I haven't colored a lot lately, so I haven't been using it. Pixie spray can make your paper sticky if you overspray, and I overspray a lot. So it's nice to have a light spray. It's hard to show on camera, of course. Just a light spray and then let it dry for a minute or two. I'm going to try that, Walter. And just, it just kind of wave it. I just like to wave it in the air and just give it 30 seconds or so to dry. It just needs to be a little tacky. I don't use pixie spray when going to emboss. I just don't anymore because I'm like I said, an oversprayer. I like to spray it and stick it. In particular, I think it's a personal preference. If you use the pixie spray, it depends. Another tip that I have, and I'm not going to do this whole stencil, is go one direction. Don't go this way and then this way. And then I always try to go one direction with it because I find that I don't leak per se. But those are always room for design opportunities, or like I like to do a whole background page. This is the shimmer glaze. I like to do the whole thing and then I can cut it down. So like you could do a 6x6 and then find the pieces that or just cover it up. And then I always wipe it down. I like to tap it so that it goes down on the edges. Keep your white plastic piece because this helps it from drying out. I use, Dana, I use it for usually when I am stenciling with pastes, especially velveteen glaze and like the shimmer glazes because they're a little thinner. Last night when I did my chroma glaze sample, I did not use it and I did not have any issues because that one's a little bit thicker. But the shimmer glaze and the velveteen glaze is just a little bit thinner. Plus I like to apply my grit glaze thin. All right, are you ready? Yeah, it doesn't make your paper sticky, but it can be sticky for embossing powder. Does that make sense? Yes, because the embossing powder can stick to it if you use too much, but it's not like sticky. All right, 1, 2, 3, go. See? And it doesn't bother my stencils at all. I find it comes off very easily, but I just soak everything in a pail of water. And I'm going to be honest with you. I used my stencils last week. Remember, I didn't wipe them off. They were sticking in my stencil bin. This is what I'm talking about. If you don't know, I don't know if it's in stock right now, but it's our stencil bin. And then I have the stencil spray. There's a stencil cleaner spray in it. And I just let them soak. And I just rinsed my stencils from last week and they were fine. So, okay. So that is the shimmer glaze that works well. So I'm going to do one more that we're not really doing anything with tonight, but I do have a sample. And I'm going to put my pixie spray away because I've already pixie sprayed this one and used it. Soaked it a little bit, so it still has some thing. We're going to put that down. This is lunch bag cardstock, and I'm going to do this stencil of the month. Yeah, Dana, I can tell you it's worth having because it's, like I said, for glazes, it's fabulous. Like I said, I personally don't like to use it for stenciling. I like to use a dauber for stenciling, like a Tim Holtz dauber, these daubers instead of a brush. And then I go like this. I tap it like this instead of rub, and then I get better results. If it's very, very intricate, like lacy, then I probably would use pixie spray if it has lots of little pieces that are gonna stay. So yeah, I mean, don't be afraid of it. I have 3 cans of it because I use it. and I do not ever want to run out. Okay, so this is the Marsala, and I used this one tonight because it's very pretty, and this is in the retirement sale. I did link the QR code up in the corner for the retirement sale. When things are gone out of the retirement sale, they're gone for good, and some of those are like this basil that I have out. I know I linked that one, and the Marsala. Those are the fall colors, and it's really pretty. So if you want to be able to use it. All right, so if I don't get this perfect, I'm okay with it. Perfect is overrated, right? And I'm just gonna rub it on. Sometimes I will use a stencil pal so I can do one pass instead of one of these. I'll get it out. And the stencil pal's the thick ones, like this one. I think this is the Simon Hurley one. And then I can just go at a little angle. And I prefer to do less, smaller amounts. Make it, I guess I shouldn't say smaller amounts, thinner. I like to have my glazes thin as possible so they dry fast. And I will tell you that, pull this extra off. I did one of these half an hour ago. We've got our wood stove going in our house and it dried in no time. I was so excited. So a magic of television. Hey, Sarah, you did make it. Amy, mine just arrived yesterday. So they're just started, they were shipping. So I just got this today. I still have a few items. I don't have my box yet, but I have some of the others, or my stamp of the month, but I do have some of the others items. And we definitely be watching for me to play with them more because I might do an impromptu live on Saturday, either right before noon or right after. It just depends on my day. I have to go to a wake first. So, all right. I'm going to, oh, I dropped it on there. Wipe everything off. I'm so glad you made it, Sarah. Oh, Ellen, I saw you peek in there too. Sorry. All right. Kind of trying to keep an eye on my camera here. I'm thinking about getting a new camera stand because I'm not loving this one. I've had this one since the beginning and it is not my friend. Like, I feel like it keeps moving. So I'm sorry, you guys. I'm doing my best to keep it from, I'm going to twist. So watch my hand. There we go. Okay, I'm not sure why it's doing that. I'm really hating it. All right, are you ready? I do, Amy, we're going to use it tonight. 1, 2, 3, go. Look at how pretty that is. And as Penny would say, and I know you guys said because Sarah says this, by the magic of television. All right, I gotta move this off to the side first. And wipe up my table before we show you the dry one. All right. The magic of television. This is what it looks like. This is the Marsala. Now you can see I used my palette knife. And so you can see where I have ridges. I'm okay with that. I mean, you might not notice if you saw it, but yeah, it is. So this is Marsala on lunch bag. So it's a little bit darker. I mean, it's a darker red, but on this lunch bag, it'll be the color. So we'll use this in a little bit. Now we're going to move on to our actual card for tonight. Okay, and because that's where I want to use the embossing powder. So we are going to make 2 cards, if you can stick with me. The stencil of the month is called Raining Love, and that's what we just used. Oop, we got to stick that in so it starts to, my water has turned pink. All right, now I said we're going to make a good luck card. I have the Fade Out stencil, mini slimline stencil, or slimline stencil, but it's thick enough that this is an A2 card panel. Isn't that pretty? It was pretty. And I'm going to go ahead and we're going to move this down. This one, we're not going to need to know if it needs to be perfect. Okay. And then we're going to use chroma glaze because when I think of good luck, I think of foliage clovers. We think of, March. I know we got Valentine's Day coming up, but gold and green, right? Now, I know I didn't do any of the glitter glaze tonight, but I wanted to show you that, those, so whoever was asking, if you're watching this later, if you're not here with us, glitter glaze is the same. This is the key lime. I have a little bit left. They will come in jars like this, not with the silver tops. That is an old one. I'm trying to use it up, but I'm not going to do that right now. We might add some later. This is the gold. Now, this is one of those, like if you watched Christopher's live last night with the confections, it's going to dry differently than what this looks like. So we are going to go ahead and just grab some out because this is one of those where I'm just kind of, I do not have any pixie spray. This is a thicker stencil. This is a thicker glaze, and I don't necessarily care if I get it. Just kind of go from top to bottom, and that's it. I don't need it to be perfect. Not on this one. We're gonna grab our stencil pal. It did add a lot of richness and depth to that. And we're gonna just grab it and pull it, and it's gonna be about perfect. I had to order some more of this today because I didn't realize how much I didn't have, and I think this is almost a good must-have if you're a glaze person because you can do so much with it. All right. So I'm going to tap that down again, and the reason I tap is so that it gets off the edges a little bit, so it's not quite so messy. Sometimes I wipe it off on top, but that's how you get those messy edges sometimes, and sometimes I wipe it off, sometimes I don't. All right. I did grab that basil out. I don't know if we're going to use it yet, but I did grab it. Okay, wipe that off good. Actually going to stick that in my paddle. All right, are we ready? 1, 2, 3, go. So I do it kind of different, I know. This is what it looks like when it's wet. So it's going to look completely different. Are you ready for the dry one? Let's get our stencils that we don't need out of the way. Ready, 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 ready. This is what it looks like when it's dry. I love the texture. That's why I said I didn't do it perfectly. So here's the difference. See how shiny that is though? And I don't have my other light on today. I want to turn it on, but I don't want to blind you guys. So let me put this one away. And sometimes I just use a plastic piece of something that that's a storage sheet for my stencils, and that's what I place things on, and they're dry. So got this card, and what else we have for this is I've been talking about the occasional tags because somebody asked for that, and so I hope you're not sick of it yet. I'm trying to find where I put mine. I don't see the dies here anywhere now all of a sudden. Oh, here it is. Here is the occasional die set. Thank you, T. By the magic of TV. Paula, thank you. Oh, yeah, Dean, it does. It's so different. The brass one, I think, which got discontinued, was so different for me the first time I used it. Here's one of the other cards. I know last week I made a Valentine's Day card. This week I shared a birthday card using just the die. This is the star dies and the balloon die. So tonight we're gonna make a thank you or a good luck card, and I have the 4-leaf clovers. I've already got them die cut out, and these are out of Not Your Mama's. I did some ink blending on them with fake plant and a little bit of Weeping Willow, so you didn't have to sit and watch me ink blend the whole time. Until you see, I got a bunch of the stuff cut out for that stamp set, so you'll be seeing some other cards from me. And then I did grab, this is the die of the month. Lace Layers. What color cardstock? Oh, I'm sorry. This is mustard seed. I wanted to use a gold. So this is mustard seed. And it's kind of a darky yellow color. And I thought it'd be fun with the gold on top because it kind of reminded me. Oh, thanks, Christy. Uh, halfway through. Oh, I didn't get to see her video. I'll have to watch it today. I know she was live the other day. So I just cut this. This is some Not Your Mama's. We're going to do some ink blending on it. I have my green here, my fake plant. Let's get this out of the way. And I'm just going to use one of my Brutus Monroe blending brushes, and we're just going to, okay, so I lied. This one was Later Gator. This one is fake plant. I'm okay with them being different colors because they're going to layer nice together. And doesn't have to be perfect. We're just adding some color. You know, if you're not a colored cardstock kind of person, you don't have space for it, get some good Not Your Mama's or the Perfect Blend and make your own. Or if you don't have the exact color to match something. All right. Now, if I had been thinking, I probably could have stamped or put some of this glaze down and let it dry and die cut it out, but I want to stamp on this too. Um, so we got this cardstock, and I think we're going to do we've got this. We're going to have some of these clover leaf clovers. It's going to be a pretty basic card. It's not going to take much to get this finished. But I think I'm going to change it up just a hair. I think I'm going to stamp. No, we're going to stamp on this. I was going to change it up. I know we are going to change it up. We're going to use one of the tags because, oh, YouTube's been a little crazy lately. This was the Tons of Tags one. This was a freebie. If you got this, great. If you didn't, I think I got the last one that's in stock right now, so I don't know if they're going to come back. Hi, Jessica. I saw Jessica Bailey popped in. I wanted to say hi to her because I said she popped in. I wanted to use one tonight because I run the CYOE challenge, the Create Your Own Ending challenge, over on the fan club group, and it's tags this month. So I thought we would add a tag. And I pulled I always forget which one this is. The Super Sentimental set. This is one of the first sets I ever got. And we're going to use this Good Luck. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to figure out which one of these I like it on. And I think I'm going to use this one. No, I don't like it on that one. We're going to use this one right here. So the Valentine ones were still available earlier today. You know what? That's a great, I don't have one like this. I have thought about buying one over the past few years, and I just never kind of, to be honest with you, didn't know if I'd like it. I'm glad I never did because now I have this one. So I'm going to take this little paper sander. This one is from Tailored Expressions. And I'm just going to and we're going to do some experimenting. I've never done this before tonight, guys. We are going to, I'm going to, I don't know if Sarah, if you played with these yet, but I am going to spray on this. Okay, let's get my spray box or my spray pan. We're going to spray some Chroma Mist on this quick. I am going to spray. We're going to do more green. And this one is the lime. Francie, I'm glad I have it too. I didn't know for sure if I would. Now, I haven't done this before yet. If I had thought about it, I might have covered it with some of our white gesso first, but I'm just going to go for it. We're just going to spray and add some color to it. And I'm soaking it on there just because I don't know if it's going to stay this color green. I just thought we'd experiment a little bit tonight. And I am going to try to wipe this up a little bit. So give me a second. I'm going to stick this on the edge. It's probably not going to stay that exact green, but at least it's going to be darkened. If I had put, I know, Walter, you do a little bit more with this type chipboards and things, I believe. Sarah, you might too. Probably if I'd done them the gesso first, it would stay that darker green, but I'm not, I just want the hint. I don't need it to be super green. So we're just going to heat set this a little bit. And of course, just for some fun color. I don't care if it's perfect. Oh, I love what's happening here. It might be if it was from the UK. It might be it might be different measurements. Keep this to the back a little bit. Okay. So now I want you to say, be careful. This is a plastic tray, so be careful when you're heating on it. I love it. Look at what it looks like. It's not perfect. Okay, we're going to set that aside to dry for a little bit much. He does. I know. Yes, he does. It's still wet, and we're going to heat emboss on it a little bit. But I want it to, so I'm just going to let it kind of sit and dry for a little bit while we kind of play with the rest of our card. I am not going to cut this down. I'm going to leave this as the full base. So I think, because I don't necessarily want the white to show. And so I like to measure mine up. I see I'm going to have to trim it off a little bit. So let's go ahead and get this on our base. And you could, if you wanted to add more of that lace element, cut this down to A2 with the largest of the lace, which is probably what I should have done to add that color. Sorry, I hit the thing there. Hey, Penny, how are you? I don't tend to experiment too much live. And sometimes I do it after I've seen somebody else do it. But I thought, I just got the chipboard pieces yesterday, so I haven't had a chance to play with them. I think I could have colored them with my Olos or my Copics too, but for tonight, we're just going to do that. I mean, it is chipboard, so it is damp. It's not dry yet, so it may take us a while for us to be able to use that. We might have to finish that at the end. And then we've got our little lace layer here, but I think this one needs to get popped up. So we're going to go ahead. I've got some of my foam tapes here. I just keep all my small pieces from our big roll. It is overrated. And Melissa, I always say, I don't know if I saw my mom here tonight though. My mom loves my cards. So if it's not perfect, and to be all honest with you, I don't give that many cards in person that if they don't like it, I'm never gonna know. Never gonna know. So, yep. So we're gonna let that sit for a few minutes because we're gonna put our good luck on there. I'm thinking that will work, but I don't think it's too wet right now yet. And then, so I'm gonna go ahead and start gluing. I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna do this, and I'm gonna cover up that part with one of these little leaves. So we're just gonna kind of add some more of them in. I'm gonna go ahead and hopefully, I figured out what was going on with my my glue press. I refilled my thing and then I left it off for a few days and it kind of clogged pretty good. So just gonna kind of play a little bit with these. So I'm really kind of excited to start a new project when my inspiration box gets here, and play with my idea and then get a film together for it and hope everything goes. I know they just started shipping them all, so those should be on their way. Oh, I think I was talking about this. I'm sorry. Sometimes I get all over the place. Like I said, I had to do math today. My brain is fried. CYE challenge on the Brutus Monroe fan club page this month is tags. You just need to put a tag of some sort on your project. It doesn't have to be a tag. It doesn't have to, I mean, it can be an apple shaped tag. It can be, it doesn't have to have the string. It just something, I mean, I would say if it's kind of a different shaped, you know, I mean, explain maybe what the tag is, but in all honesty, just a tag. And I'm just gonna kind of place those around. I got one here. I did 7 of them because I thought that would be a good number. And then you can do 2 a month. It's a random draw. You post in the Brutus Monroe fan club page with the hashtag CYOE challenge. And at the end of the month, usually the last day of the month, the holidays, I got behind, but I put all the names in a random draw and let the wheel picker choose it, and you get a $25 gift certificate to the store. I also wanted to know, I think it's on the Brutus Monroe page. I know that there is a design team call out for 2025 that Christopher posted. So if you're interested in that, or you can actually post in the fan club group if you can't find it, and we can probably help you find it. So if you're interested in applying for that, the applications have to be in, I think, by the 28th, if I remember correctly. So lucky number 7. Yes. Well, I was like, I always do 3. And I was like, I don't know if I want to do 5. And 7 is my lucky number because my birthday is on the 7th of April. So I thought that would be fun. So I'm kind of watching the time. We're at 7:30, so we're doing okay with time. We may have to move on and finish this card in a few minutes after we let that chipboard dry a little bit more. It's funny, if I could, I should run it downstairs and let it sit on by the wood stove, because I can't believe how fast my paste dried sitting on the dining room table. I almost forgot it. I ran back downstairs and I'm like, oh, yes. Okay, that one's too big. So, Amy, I promised I didn't forget you. We'll get to our triple thick stuff yet too. Okay, I promise. I think I'm gonna glue one flat. Where am I gonna glue a couple more flat here, and then we're gonna have, see, my glue thing is, I'm doing something wrong because it's clogging a little bit. There it is. It's just not working for me. I think I have to squeeze a little tighter because I have a different glue in there now than before. So I'm just kind of twisting these around so that they don't all go in the same direction. Yeah, it's working. It's just not quite as flowy as it should be, and I think it's because I put a thicker glue in it. Oh, Dana, yes, like I said, it can be a tag, it can be anything. And like I said, it's a $25, it's not a gift certificate, it's $25 store credit, which means you just can log in and it's right there when you go to checkout. We're gonna save this one for right here, which is gonna cover, I know we're gonna cover up a couple, but we're gonna put that on. Even though this is tag, we may or may not. I may do something different and put it somewhere, put it over here. But I'm gonna let this sit and dry for a few more minutes. It's getting there. Well, we work on our other card, and I wanted to show Amy how to use the triple dip. Okay, so what I think I'm gonna do is we're gonna use another one of these tags. I want a little tag. Yeah, we're gonna use this one. And I think we're gonna do this time is ink blend on it. And then I'm gonna use the oh, I hit that. What did you say the dot call? The do too. Oh, I think, if you give me just a second, I think it was on the Brutus Monroe fan club page. I can find it if you can give me just a minute. I should have, I know Christopher talked about it, or Jess talked about it earlier today. Brutus Monroe. Sorry, I have a lot of Brutus Monroe groups, so it take me a second to pull it up. I forgot to pull it up. Let's see. And I gotta go back a couple of days. When was that? Da-da-da-da. Sorry about that. I'm still looking for it. I'm still looking for it. Okay, here, I'll go here. It's not letting me find it. I can't find it right this second. Okay, I will, yep, I will. I will find it and I will link it in the comments down below. Okay. Yeah. Oh, thank you guys. I will find it. If anything, I will definitely look for it tonight and get it posted for you. Okay. I don't know if it's on the website. I thought it was on the Brutus Monroe page. I don't remember when I saw it. I saw it on a couple places because I know there's a design team. There's a couple design team called Facebook pages. I don't have the link for me. And oh, you know what? I do know where the link is. I believe I posted the link for you guys. Or just did. Here. Copy. I got it. Okay. Try clicking that. Let me know if it works. I know it was there. It was, I can't remember. That's where I saw it, but I don't remember where. But I think somebody try that, somebody link and see if that worked. Okay. Yeah, because I said that was, I know that should work, but I just didn't know. I clicked right from where I got my link from. Let me just look at it quick. Yep. There we go. It works. There you go. All right. So I used some bee sting ink on my little tag here. Now I'm going to hit this very quickly with my heat gun. Because we're going to stamp on it, and then we're going to do the triple thick stuff on it. Okay. So I'm going to quickly stamp on here. I'm going to put a little tape down to kind of hold it in place. We're going to do, in the same stamp set, there was an ooh la la. And some hearts. Okay, and we're going to stamp that down. 124, thank you. I did not exactly remember the date because it's been a couple of days since I've looked at it. Hi, Carol, you're okay. Oh, thank you, Walter. Thank you very much. 125, 2024, 124, 2025. Okay, so I'm just going to stamp this down. And I'm going to go ahead and do the white embossing powder on here because we're going to do that triple thick stuff over it. And I need to grab the alabaster. We'll grab the alabaster sparkle. So that's handy. Okay, and for Francie, so she's proud of me, I'm going to use my tweezers because this is little. I just realized I don't have I have a spoon in here. Oh, see, it's not. It was still very, 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 very wet. I should not have done that. It was not ready. It was not ready. I did not test it. Well, we're going to make it. We're going to make it work if we have to. We're just going to get rid of it, you guys, because we don't have time for me to wait on that. My fault. It's still wet because Simon Hurley's inks stay wet longer. That was the dumb mistake. I should have known better. I know better than that. We'll just use the triple thick. All right. This is the triple thick embossing powder. Okay. Hi, Crafty Visage. Don. Okay. Hey, Don. This is what it looks like. So it's going to be a little bit, it's going to be hard to see because it's white. We're going to go ahead and just cover this with some ink some embossing ink. We're just going to make it nice and shiny. And I'm not going to worry too much about where so see if you can see that. So Amy, I don't know if you're still here. So it's thicker. You can kind of see the granules are a little thicker. I am going to cover it. We're going to heat it. This is my favorite way to use it. I don't use it that often. Well, that's awesome, Dawn. Thank you for joining us. Now, because it's a thicker, it does tend to, some of the beads sometimes blow off. Now, holy cow, the wind has picked up. I'm gonna try to see if I can get you to see what it looks like that. Yes, you can, Amy. I just didn't, because it's a clear ink. Now, there are two things you can do. You can, when it's really hot, dip it back in. It's not hot still, so I'm gonna go ahead and put this back on. I guess I better wipe that off before and what the nice thing about this is multiple layers of this make it nice and smooth. It's nice and thick and gets smooth, and I like to do 2 to 3 layers. I'm gonna come up a little closer again, see if you can see that. See how, see the shine, but you see it's still got a little bumpies in it? It does look sugar coated. And then I'm gonna go ahead and do it one more time. I'm just trying to make sure. I don't want embossing ink too much on my, and then we'll dip it in one more time. 3 seems to be my magic number. I had some ornament. I don't know if anyone remembers, we had some ornament dies out a few years ago, and I stamped a little scene, ink blended, stamped a little scene on them using Not Your Mama's, and then I did 3 coatings of this, and they were just smooth and glossy and yeah. There we okay. So now you can see, if you can see, look at how smooth that is. I know it's not, it's shiny, so the camera doesn't like it. Yeah, I do several. It makes it just thick and porcelain. And I could do the tip of that, but I'm just gonna cover it with something instead of doing that. So like I said, it makes things smooth like glass and just beautiful. Now, if you're on paper, one trip I can say, because it does look like sugar, you can heat it from underneath to start, and then it will kind of, because sometimes, when you got a glittery one, some of the glitter kind of flies off because the air so, your heat tool, the air is flowing so fast. So, and you know what the best part is that now, oh, did he? Okay. I might have, because when he moved up a little bit, I don't always see them right away. And look at it, looks just like our masala. Okay. Yeah, I was gonna show it on, I can show it on something else, Amy. Let me grab a piece of Not Your Mama. It just does the same thing. Let me grab a piece of Not Your Mama. Oh, that's up here. Amy, it's just, it's just like embossing, you're not going to want to let it sit in. I'm just going to grab a scrap piece here and we'll just stamp something on here. It's not, I hope you guys don't mind. I'll just stamp this down. Grab my magnet and my anti-static powder, which is what I didn't do before. And we will stamp this with embossing ink. You just want to keep your embossing ink moving. Your embossing heat tool moving, because it's going to otherwise, it could reheat too thick. Here is the embossing powder of the month. Sincerely yours, It's beautiful. Look at it's so pretty. It does burn if you heat it too much. That's why you got to keep it moving. And it's going to be covered with ink. So there's kind of a, like I said, it's not something you can just leave sitting on your paper. You have to keep it moving. So that's why I said I'll show you quick here. Oh, of course, this gets everywhere. Anti-static matte. So we'll heat set this one first. It's good also to get your heat tool nice and hot. Okay. And then you want it to let it cool just a little bit. It is a gorgeous color. Melissa, yeah, I didn't know you could do that. I saw Dana talked about that before. I'm going to try that this weekend. Okay, I'm just making sure it's not, because you don't want this to be too hot, because you can hurt it. And then I'm just going to go ahead and cover this piece. And we'll throw some more triple thick on here. I'm going to have to use my paper because it's too big to stick in there. See, because it's already coated over the top. Now, I don't know if I'm going to do 3 coats of this, but I can show you that it works with the one. So we can keep moving with our card. And I can make a video. I will do some more and make a video using it. How does that sound, Amy, too? Like a pre-recorded video. So here's where it's going to be hard for me to do this because my camera. And I like to heat it up from underneath to start. That just kind of helps seal in those bigger pieces. This is not your mama's though, so it's gonna. And then move it to the top. And see? Now I only did 1 coating of this. Now I'm going to try to get this so it focuses. It's going to be, so now it's shiny over the top. I mean, this is a glitter glitter, so I was going to do gold over the top to make it shiny, or white, but there, Amy. So, I mean, I could keep doing more colors, but you get the idea. You can see it's kind of smoother over here, and that was because I did it underneath, I think, versus on top, because the heat kind of melted it from below. So that is another way you can try that. All right, I'm going to put that aside for now. And let's see, are we dry? We're almost dry. Can I hit this one more time, guys? We're getting there. I really saturated this because we may end up just using black ink and not heat setting on that. All right, let's move on to our card here now. I've had mine, Amy, for more than a year, okay? So I can tell you that. I've had mine for a while. So okay, yeah, Amy, I will work on playing with it a little bit this weekend and do some more things with it. How does that sound? All right, so we've got this, we've got us. Now, I did use those sketchy hearts. Here is the embossing powder of the month with the sketchy hearts. And what I did is I just covered some paper. Now, I wanted to show you this piece of paper. I didn't do it fabulous. You can see it. This is 1 coat of the embossing powder. And this one is 2 coats. So you get a difference. I do too, Francie. Like how it turned out without you. So you can see there's a difference in the color depending on how many coats you put down. So I wanted to do some of each. Like here's the one where I cut the hearts out. So you can see. Okay, so especially with the glittery type embossing powders, if you're doing them on different color, you can get different colors. So we've got these beautiful little hearts, and I got the sketchy hearts. I don't know if we're going to use all 4 of them yet. We've got our fun little tag here. And then I do, see, look at all these fun things I have from the occasional tag set. Do I have any hearts left from there? I think I used them all up. Oh, we have some hearts left over. So we got some hearts left over from our last week. We've got all sorts of hearts. So I think, do you remember we had I cut out the hearts using these are all scraps. This was alcohol blend paper. I've got that. I've got some glitter stock here. This was some chroma glaze. So let's pull some of these hearts out. These little hearts are from different, from the Sweethearts die and the tag set. I'm going to pull a couple of these little hearts out, and we need another sentiment. So we can kind of get finished up. We're going to go over a little bit, but all right. I love these sketchy hearts. Now I think we need something to kind of break up this color a little bit here. I'm going to grab some vellum if I have any handy here. Yep. I'm going to quick just die cut out a piece of vellum with a circle, just a plain old circle die. Kind of off screen here, but I don't have one set up for my die cutting machine yet, and that's okay. It's just plain old die cutting. And we're gonna grab our spray tray, and you know what I'm gonna do is we're gonna add some glitzy to it. You can go find what for me, Sarah? We're just gonna spray this with some of that ornament gold, my favorite. I'm gonna spritz it in my garbage can a little bit, and we're gonna spray that on just a little. Doesn't take much to dry. Hey, Fletch. He ran right by us. He's on his way to lay in bed. I'm gonna hit it with my heat tool just a bit. That's dry enough for me. And I'm just gonna press it down on my towel just to get any big bumps up. And look at the shine. Isn't that fun? Yeah, he flew right by Francie. He just didn't even stop. And he's laying on the bed. I figured he'd come up as soon as I started talking, but he didn't. And I'm gonna go ahead and just use a little bit of this tape right underneath. And we're just gonna, I'm gonna kind of offset it a little bit. And then I'll worry about putting stuff down to kind of keep it down in a minute. I think we'll grab some foam tape. Oh yes, Sarah, we found it. Sorry. Yes. I couldn't remember. I know that I saw it on Facebook in a couple spots, but I also remembered where else that I could get it off Basecamp. So I'm gonna go ahead and put this little, oh, look at that. Look at how beautiful that is. That was just bee sting on that chipboard. And it looks just like the masala. And then we're gonna use a little glue. Oh, thank you. Thank you. We're gonna use a little glue. We're gonna glue some of these hearts. I don't have a sentiment picked yet. I was totally gonna do something else tonight and use that fancy frame, and I didn't. Way off course tonight. See, my glue just does not like me too much, but it's got enough on there. We're just gonna layer some of these on. We might just use 3 of these hearts. I'm kind of liking this one and this one because this one's sketchy too. Actually, we're gonna do the bigger of the hole with the sketch holes. I think we're just gonna kind of lay them on top of one another. Maybe put this one down here. Yep, that's gonna work. Oh, yes, Sandy, you do. Francie, I've been kind of hit or missing. Either I'm doing like to do lots of layers. I've been trying to do like kind of more of a clean and simply type card. Now, if I have to go back later and add a little glue here and there, I will. Like I said, I am having some issues tonight with that. Well, thank you. It's one of those things that unless I make the card ahead of time and I copy it, I kind of get off, but I'd rather use what you guys ask. If you guys ask me about some things and go for it, then I would, just because I have a lot of Brutus Mineral product. I obviously been on the design team for a couple of years, so I use it. I love it. And not that I'm an expert at any means, but I like what I like. And we all have different ways of using things. Like I did not know until, like Melissa said, with this triple thick, you can freeze it and crack it. I have no idea, and I'm super excited to try that. So I'm gonna put that one like this. We've got our 3 little hearts. We've got our little tag. We're gonna fill in with some other hearts. You have 3 goals this year. Use your dang paper, use more mixed media, and more clean and simple. There you go. There you go. Yeah, it is. It's one of those things I'm not the biggest of either. I'm gonna add just a little bit of glue tape up here too, just to kind of hold that down for in place for right now. If it shows, it shows. I don't think it's gonna show too much. We're gonna just throw some more glue and throw some of these other little hearts in here. I think we're gonna add, I love adding the different textures of the different patterns, the different papers. That is a goal of mine, is to use my papers up too, Francie. So I still have, you or Melissa, I can't remember which one of you guys, I still have a stamp set that I need to use, remember? From a couple of weeks ago, you guys were using it and I haven't used it yet. I plan on it. This card is gonna be all about the love. We're gonna add more and more of these hearts. And it's in person. You guys are not gonna see this, but I'm gonna show you. I will see if I can get it up close. I like clean and simple. I just don't do them enough. I think it's because I have too much stuff. And we're gonna peel this guy up in here, up in here, up in here. And I want to do, I've got these little hearts out. We're gonna pull one here and we're gonna pull one here. Do you remember? Does anyone remember what stamp set I promised to use? It's a Brutus Monroe stamp set. It's one I have, but I haven't used. I don't know if, I think it was Francie, and I told you challenge accepted, and I haven't done it. I thought about that the other day going, oh. Melissa, you do a really good job with, I mean, you make me want to do clean and simple cards. I don't know if you guys can see this. It's going to be very hard to see on camera, but these sweetheart dies actually have things in it. I mean, I love clean and simple. I just don't like to make clean and simple. Okay, guys, so we've kind of got this base. We've got that. We got to add a little bling, and then we need to add, let's see here. I think we got a lot of pink going on, so we're going to add some crystals. It was a stamp timber set. This is light pink, so we're going to use those. I'm going to put one right here because, and right here, and right here, because I didn't. Do you remember now? It was one I told you that I ended up getting not too long ago on a D-stash. I got it on a D-stash, and I haven't used it, and it's my favorite. I don't know if I did this one upside down. It looks weird. Okay, we got 3 gems there. I think we're gonna do a couple gems right here. The gnome set, Francie. I didn't poke you. I hope you got your glasses on. Let me grab those. Yep, the gnome set. I have not used it. I need to pull that out. And I will, I promise. It's on my list of things to do. I just need more time. Okay, so we got a little bit of that. We need a little bit. I'm going to put this because it's so wet. It's kind of falling over. We're going to put a little bit more of this glue. I'm liking it because you can not even see it under that vellum. No, not the cupcake one. I used that one. I didn't use the gnome set. Okay, we need a stamp. We need a sentiment, and we need to call it good because we're getting close. Let's see, what do I got here? Sent with love. I think we're just gonna do actually love. And I do have a tag that's white, but I think we're gonna do another tag quick and we're gonna die cut it out of some lunch bag. I'm sure I've got a small piece here somewhere. Will this fit? No. I'll wind this up here. All right. I save all my little scraps in my job ticket holders. All of my scraps, you guys. Yes, I was during one of the lives and ask. I will ask you that because I have that set too. I've only used it once. I don't always have time to use them. I think the gnome one, I don't think I created samples for that year. Like I said, I believe I found someone destashing it, which made me so happy because I think that was a time when I was teaching and I couldn't stay up that late to get it and it sold out. I remembered I woke up and it was gone. That was one of the years. So I was really glad to get that one. I just not have time to use it. I need more time in the day. I need to retire, but I'm not old enough to retire. And then I can stamp all day long. All right. We are going to stamp this. It's just a cute little love. This is from the same stamp set, the Super Sentimental. I'm just lining this up. And somewhere I have baker's twine, but I'm not going to dig it out right now. So I can I'll add a little piece to it after. I have some red and pink baker's twine. Okay, I did that. Totally did not stamp that right. Okay, it worked pretty good. But we're going to do it one more time. Yeah, T, I've got I know, I'm so curious. I missed something. Oh, Dana, I'll have to see what it is. I love the holiday mug set. It was the gnome set. It was an older set from 3 years ago, 4 years ago, 3 years ago, I think. So we've got two little tags here. I think we're just I'm gonna put this one down here. We're just gonna pop it down. I'm not gonna tape this one up. We're gonna just put this, and we're just gonna glue it down a little bit. I'm gonna try to glue it down a little bit more this way so I can maybe throw some baker's twine on it. And I'm just gonna add it right there. And there we go, you guys. All right, we got to finish off our other card really quick. I'm not going to heat emboss on it. It feels pretty dry, but I don't want a chance ruining it. So I'm going to stamp it, and we're going to do some Raven ink on this one. Now, where's my good luck stamp? There it is. And we're going to do it over to the corner. I think that turned out really fun, that color, that lime. And that, like I said, is on the clearance sale. Okay, I'm going to go back down because no secret spill the tea. She doesn't have to. It sounds like a in-person kind of like we need to meet and you need to tell me kind of story. All right, I'm going to stamp this down a couple of times because it's not going to be super dark and bright. You could heat emboss with, like I said, the Raven to make it super glossy, but I'm just going to stamp it a couple of times. Okay, I will look for it because I have not been on Facebook a lot today. And oh yeah, I think maybe I did see that. You did use that one. I think I did see that one the other day. I know I saw someone the other day use it. And if that was that one, yes, it was gorgeous. The Chester Cat. That's right. I remembered that. All right. All right, you guys, here we go. I'm going to put that on a card base later. We're going to quick stamp this down. I'm going to put some foam tape behind it just because I have some extra sitting right here. And we're going to grab just a little bit more. Yep, there's one more piece right there. I knew I had some extra sitting here. Move that over. And we'll stamp this down. It does sound like a good story. All right, we're going to stick that right here. So we used two of the new subscription products tonight. I used the lace layers die, and well, 3 actually. We used the Raining Hearts stencil, and I'm going to put this one right here. Then we used the embossing powder of the month, and then I also did use the scribble, the lace. Can't remember what the hearts are called. Scribbly hearts, sketchy hearts die. So here we go, you guys. I hope that was good. Oh, thank you. I think that's fun too. The green with the mustard. Um, I'm going to go back and look, Dana, just to make sure I saw it, and I'm going to comment again tonight. I went over about 10 minutes. I know that's not too bad. I hope you guys, and I know you guys are okay with that, but I hope you all enjoyed this. And next week, we're going to play with some stuff, probably from the box. Um, but keep a lookout. I'm going to finish up using some of my stuff from the Occasional Tags die set to show the different things that you can do with it. But it's a great die set because you've got so many things for every holiday, and they're just little things you can add on to a card. So here's our good luck card. And here is I had to put this on a card base. Here is our love card. And they're both going to be part of the CYOE challenge. Well, thank you, Amy. Like I said, the cloves, this one's my favorite tonight too, but I do love them both. If you guys have any questions, you can always ask. And on the fan club page, always ask, and if I'm able to, I will try to use what I have and show you or do a video. um I love to play, I love to experiment, and it's part of kind of what gets me crafty. So you guys have a great rest of your week, and I will see you next week. Christopher will be live tomorrow night. He will show the freebie Friday tomorrow night, and I will talk to you later. Good night, all. Thank you, guys.